The most radiant moment, the only radiant moment I had ever experienced with my father was in the Atlantic Ocean when I was 4. It was 1960, and we had just driven 10 hours to Ocean City, Maryland, in our green Pontiac, filled with one sister and 5 big brothers, most of whom took turns beating me up. While everyone else unpacked, my father took me, and me alone, hand in hand, across the beach and down to the surf. "The ocean, Jimmy," he said, spreading wide his arms. "I give you the ocean." It was dusk, and the waves loomed as high and menacing as storm clouds. I wanted no part of this ocean, frothing and heaving like one of my cartoon monsters. But the hand I held eased me into the ocean. I remember that hand well, the soft hills and deep lines of his palm, the fingers sure as cables. To me, the power of that hand could outmuscle the sea. I tightened my little hand in his, and together, through the sea spray, we ran into the ocean and under the waves. I probably gulped seawater and probably cried, but as long as my dad sheltered me in the curve of his chest, I didn't care. I was alone with my father in the sway of the sea. Later I held onto his back as we rode wave after wave into shore, the two of us skidding to a stop with sand filling our swimsuits. We went back again and again until the dusk turned to night, and finally, holding hands, we returned slowly to a cottage full of other children, all of them wanting their own hands held, all of them eager to teach me the Irish sport of ridiculing my father behind his back. "Come on, Dad," I said, offering my hand. "It's time you and me rode some waves." The two of us trotted over the hot sand toward the Indian Ocean, the waves looming high and menacing as storm clouds. We held hands. To me, the power of my father's hand could outmuscle the sea. I tightened my hand in his, and together, through the sea spray, we ran into the ocean and under the waves. I gulped some salt water and probably whimpered, but as long as my dad sheltered me in the curve of his hand, I didn't care. I was alone with my father in the sway of the sea. We floated for a while and then scouted the waves for one to ride to shore. My dad pointed behind me. "Watch out, Jimmy, here comes a doozy." It was too much of a doozy. Both of us dove under the water and let it roll over us, a survival trick my dad had taught me long ago at Ocean City. Here on the floor of the Indian Ocean, I curled up into a fetal ball, aware that only a few feet away in the same embryonic fluid was my father, curled up too. In the colossal womb of the Earth's ocean, my father and I existed as twins, separated in ocean time by the mere blink of 40 years. We floated to the surface. We turned to wait for the perfect wave to ride, and waited until my dad's eyes grew large. "Here she comes, Jimmy, and she's a beauty." "Oh yeah, that's the one. Now, now!" He paddled around in line with the wave. "Now ride her!" And we did, the two of us kicking our butts up high just at the right time and just the right place. The wave curling white and quiet before it crashed over and around us. I knew what to do. My dad never taught me how to shoot ducks or how to use a pitching wedge or how to invest money or how to rewire a house. But he taught me everything a boy needed to know about the art of riding waves. Butt high, arms straight, exhale slow through the nose, and take it up to shore. And so I did, riding this wave so straight and so fast like that man a few feet away. My dad, my teacher of waves. I was all joy inside that wave, and all joy as I rode up onto the beach and scraped my hands against the sand. I sat up, letting the ocean bubbles wash over me. I looked for my father, and there he was, still riding the last push of wave 5 feet further up the slope than I could go.